This is the machine with which I milled this PCB at home. In this video series, you're gonna see what's in the box, how we can set it up, and mill this PCB using flat cam and G-Sander. So let's go! Hi, I'm Srijan. I design electronics and PCBs as a hobby and document it on the channel. Smart sent me this Cubiko desktop CNC for review. The machine is from them and the opinion is mine. This is the second episode of the MacroKeyboard build series. Firstly, let's start with seeing what was there in the box when I got this from Smart. This is how I received it from the courier. Opening the box, the first layer you can see here is a foam insert, custom molded to the machine shape, and it was very well packed. After completely unpacking the machine, I was not able to find any damage. So let's see quickly the complete unpacking. Smart were generous to also send me the drill bits from 0.1 mm to 3 mm. The offline display with the controller is one of my favorite thing in this box. Full coordinate display, jog the axis, run the job from the SD card with no laptop needed. This display is also detachable, which has a magnet behind it for mounting it back on the machine. So now let's see some of the things which came with the Cubiko. A USB cable to connect to PC. In this video series you will see how I use it with G-Sander. This is of course a power cable, and then you have the feed stickers for the base, and then a power adapter of 24 volts and 5 amps output, and some workpieces as complementary. And the interesting part, which also comes as a complementary, is a double-sided copper-cladded board with the milling and the drill bits. Then the toolkit with 2 aluminum clamps to mount the workpiece on the table, some machine screws of different lengths for mounting the different dimension workpieces, alligator clips for PCBs, spare limit switches, SD card reader tool, and some Allen keys. And 2 spanner for opening the ER11 for fitting the bits for milling or drilling. Of course, this came with the manual, quick start guide, and also the tool matrix. Talking about the machine part, it is around 300 by 330 by 317 mm of footprint on the tabletop, which is quite compact, and with the enclosure makes it cleaner milling process. So here on the side you can see the red button, which is the emergency button, and this is the power button next to it, and the USB port and the power supply port. On the side of the display you can also see the SD card slot, which is used for storing the CNC milling files. Inside the enclosure area you can also see there are some options like the cable, the JST cable, which is used for laser upgrade for this machine. So you can remove the milling motor, and then replace it with the laser. And then there you have the SD card slot for upgrading the firmware of the CNC Cubiko. And the next to it is the 4th axis upgrade, and the last one is a bed leveling, which we are going to use often and for milling the PCBs, to which we have also connected the alligator clip. To perform the homing of all the 3 axes, you would need end switches. So you can see the end switches on the x-axis, and y-axis is actually hidden below the table, and you can also see the z-axis switch here. You can also find another switch on the top here, which is used as a safety switch which will be closed when we have the enclosure on it. So when you put the enclosure on it, the switch is closed, so the machine is safe to run. And at the back of the machine you would also see a air port. Currently I'm not using this for PCB milling, but let me know in the comment section if you would like to see some upgrades to this machine. And one of the favorite part of this machine for me is the linear shafts and bushing on all the 3 axes. Most of the CNCs at this price use like a slotted wheels kind of thing, but with the linear shafts and bushings are fundamentally more rigid and need less adjustment and maintenance. For the PCB work, where the accuracy needs to be within 0.02 mm to 0.01 mm approximately for the depth, yeah, which is an advantage here. So on the bottom of the Cubiko, you can also see like a rubber cover which you can remove to remove the dust, and also you can see the shaft there. So as I mentioned in the beginning about the detachable display, you can see it's quite flexible, and then you can also see the full coordinate points on the display there. And of course you can move the axis from the display as well using the buttons on it. Don't forget to put on the feed stickers to the base. So once you have the power supply connected, you can use the power button to switch on the Cubiko. So for the first time when you boot it up, you usually hear this noise. So you can clear it by going to the lock symbol on the top, and then you say OK, and you accept the alarm. Might be because the axis has moved to an end position, so that's why we get that alarm. Here I have the 3D printed waste board which I'm going to mount on the table. I would recommend to use a waste board so that you don't damage the base when you're drilling or milling. So in this section we're going to see how we can export the Gerber files and the drill files from the KiCad. So I have made the schematics and also the PCB design for the power management board. So this is the schematics, but we have to go to the PCB design where the tracks are drawn between the components. So let's open the PCB editor. Okay, so here we have the PCB editor. So the board is approximately 54 mm by 45 mm, and this is how the tracks between the components are laid. So to generate the Gerber file, you have to go to Files, Fabrication Output and Gerbers, and then you need the front copper layer only because we have only single layer PCB here, and deselect everything else and keep the edge cuts on. And then you have to select the directory where you want to save the Gerber files. So once the directory is selected, make sure the settings are correct and you have the place file origin or the drill origin marked on the board, and then you can click plot. So this generates the Gerber files in the location you selected. As we also have through all components, we have to generate the drill files. So I'm going to select the directory, it's the same directory, and make sure the settings are as it is and say generate. So we have the drill files also generated in the same place. In this video we saw things which come with a Cubiko, and also we generated the Gerber files and drill files for PCB milling. We will continue from here to the milling part in the next videos, but before we close, I would like to talk about the machine and I would like to share my experience and opinion about it. I was able to mill more than 10 PCBs with this machine and also made few prototypes as well. I also tried to make a professional PCB using the solder mask. All of these learnings and experiences I would like to share on this video series. So then let's start with the pros, what I found in Cubiko. First, I love the compactness of the machine. I can keep it on my desk next to me. You can start milling just with the SD card and the display on it. As this is a closed system which prevents the dust, as I'm milling a PCB which generates a lot of fine particles which are dangerous for your lungs. But when you're cleaning, don't forget to use N95 mask. Linear rails on all 3 axes which I didn't expect, and it directly explains why the first PCB was usable on day 1. This is the specs that separates the Cubiko from the other cheaper machines. So at this time of the video, I see the price is around 370 or 375 euros, which is really a good deal for prototyping. You can use this machine with many CNC softwares. It's not fixed to one CNC software. This is like an advantage and also sometimes can be a disadvantage, because in my case I spent a lot of time on FlatCam to get the right settings to mill a PCB. If the Cubiko had their own software, then I think it would have helped with the settings and also would have saved a lot of time. Regarding the display and the controller, which helps to control the axis directly from the display. Coming to the cons part of it, you should know before you buy that this has a work area of 150 by 110 by 40 mm and you're not milling a bigger board. Keep in mind that in case you're milling a bigger boards, which is almost close to the size of the work area, you should also keep in mind that you would lose some space for mounting it on the work area. CNC is a lot more difficult than 3D printing. More configuration, more attention. I want to say that clearly. If you expect a plug and play, you will be frustrated. If you expect to spend an afternoon learning, you will have a working board by evening. Exactly what happened to me. And another thing was that it was nice, the SaintSmart sends few extra limit switches, as I got one broken after milling 11 or 10 or 11 PCBs, maybe due to wear and tear, but the spare helped me. I was not so happy with the functioning or the usage of the buttons on the display, and it could be better. If you found more pros and cons about this machine, please put it in the comments, would be happy to learn from it. In my opinion, at this price with a linear rail spindle, features like height map auto leveling, flexibility with usage of different CNC softwares, this is the best home PCB milling option I know at this budget. But treat this like a skill, not a gadget. These boards are a proof that that afternoon is worth it. Make prototypes for testing and also for test equipments in few hours. My experience during the learning process that you would have to buy few more milling bits and PCB boards for milling. Don't worry if you broke few V bits, that's natural. I did few as well. So that is all for this video. In the further videos, we're going to see more feature of Cubiko, and also we're going to see how we can generate the CNC code from FlatCam. Because in this video we already generated the Gerber files and the drill files, which is the main files for milling the PCB to generate the CNC code. And after generating the CNC code in the FlatCam, we're gonna use the computer. We're gonna connect the Cubiko to the computer and use G-Center software to set up the Cubiko for milling. And before we start milling, we're gonna also see how we can do the height mapping of the PCB. And then, of course, at the end, we're gonna mill a PCB. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.